Welcome to A Time Well Wasted podcast with your host, Matt Daddy.
I'm tucking my dick between my butt cheeks.
Mr. J.
Don't ever touch my ear with a wet finger.
The Ginger.
Art, couple with your hand, throw it in someone's face.
And Timbo Slacks.
I'm probably gonna fuck Bud Lightyear.
Enjoy the show.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Tonight, unfortunately, we are without Timbo Slice, and I'm going to be honest with you here. His car broke down, and none of us wanted to go pick him up. But I got alongside me, as usual, Mr. J, and we got the Ginger, who's back from Florida. Welcome back, brother.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
And tonight, we're going to get to the bottom of who the fuck started these. You know goddamn right that what the fuck facts are back.
Yes.
And last but not least, we're going to talk some goddamn house chores. All that and a buttload more. So let's get greasy. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. So obviously, topic number one. Why do these exist?
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to say is these are things from our childhood that we grew up with and that actually happened to present day. Mm-hmm. And I want to know if you guys have been involved in these, if you remember these. And obviously, they're
Orgies?
Were orgies back when you were little? You had an orgy?
I do some stuff I'm not too proud of.
Yeah, so my question to you guys is, have you ever been involved, and do you remember these? Okay. Now, I'll start it off easy so you know what kind of category I'm getting into here. Okay, so who the fuck started these? All right, the first one up, the wedgie. Okay.
Yep. I've received numerous of those.
So by the book, it says, an uncomfortable tightening of the underpants between the butt cheeks, typically produced when someone pulls the underpants up from the back as a prank.
I love how they try to make it sound all official. I know.
So now you guys know what type of topic we're going to talk about here.
Okay.
Things that people have started that are either present or we know growing up. The first one was wedgie, and I can tell you a quick story. I've actually had my butthole bleed.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, yes. He wedged me once so hard that it made my butt crack bleed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome
That's
to the
what they
family,
all
kid.
say.
Man, I had to actually say something. It was at like a big family get-together, and I had to like let him know. He's like, man, show me. Like, are you for real? I'm like, I'm not going to show you, man. But, like, I'll tell you, I'm a butt crack.
He was planning out the whole time. Yeah, show me, little boy.
Believe it or not, though, ever since the day I actually came out, not like came
Of the
out,
closet.
but, you know, not like came out, but I said, like, hey, you know, you made my butt crack bleed. Not like that, though.
That's pretty much
this
coming
is
out, yeah.
That's why you shouldn't be wearing G-strings, Matt.
Yeah. All right, the next one up here is called the Purple Nurple. I'm sure we've all heard of this. This is the act of taking a person's nipple between the thumb and forefinger and then twisting it aggressively.
Yeah.
Mr. J, have you ever had the Purple Nurple?
Once or twice. I wasn't a big receiver of the Purple Nurples, so I don't have much to say on that one.
And Ginger?
Only once or twice?
Yeah, no. What got me, I don't want to say it because I got a feeling you're going to mention it, and if you don't, I'll just wait. So,
Man, okay, so basically, in my understanding of growing up, I've had my butthole bleed from wedgies, and I've had my nipples bleed from Purple Nurples.
Yeah.
Believe it
Glad
or not,
I wasn't
I've had
you
those
as a
babies
child.
spun right around. But man, so now you guys are you're going to get a little understanding of what we're going to be talking about here.
Oh, the Purple Nurple. Fuck that person who started that.
Yeah, dude. That's who we're going to figure out. Is who the fuck started this? I don't even know who started any of these.
I wonder,
why are
when
still
they
a trend?
started, too. Like, was it, an early 1900s thing, or does this go way back?
Yeah.
Like,
It
were
was
people in ancient Rome
defensive
giving
move.
each other wedgies in their togas?
I will see if I can find that information.
Achilles,
Maybe-
you've given me another wedgie.
Maybe it was like a sexual move or something.
Oh,
right?
maybe.
Like, ooh, the Purple Nurple.
You know, what's funny is I bet you there's people out there who have a wedgie fetish. They want to get wedgies.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
They wear like G-strings on purpose. I want my asshole
Yo,
to eat this.
Yo, Billy, I pre-ripped my underwear for you. Come give me a wedgie.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next one real quick. Ginger's still looking up who invented the Purple Nurple. But the next one's called Bag Tag, or commonly known as Bangkok.
Like teabagging?
Originating from the game of tag, where several parties, generally male, they slap each other in the nuts with their hands. The famous quote, "What's the capital of Iran?" Bangkok.
I love how it's all dudes, like just doing stuff to each other's private parts.
Yeah.
Like,
so
matter of fuck.
the good old game of Bangkok, basically, people would not knowingly get slapped in the balls. So you'd walk by someone and be like, Bangkok, and you would just, or you would question somebody, be like, hey, Mr. J, what's the capital of Iran? You'd be like, and then I'd, Bangkok. The art of slapping nuts. Well played.
Yep.
Okay. So the
Purple Nurple.
The term Purple Nurple is actually a new term.
What's the original term?
They do not say. But Purple Nurples were invented by Marcus Alexander Hart when he was fired from Entertainment Tonight for giving John Tesh a bruising titty twister.
Oh, of course fucking John Tesh is involved.
John Tesh.
Tesh went on to
John Tesh.
write a hit new age song about the incident entitled Painful Raisins, and they've got the lyrics.
Okay, wait a second.
John
This
Tesh.
and Tesh wrote a fucking song?
Yes.
God damn it, John Tesh.
Dude, John Tesh started off from a titty twister, basically.
Yeah.
The
He got
Purple
titty
Nurple initiation was the act of 1988.
Wow.
Initiation.
1988 is when. So, see, I was born in 89, so that would make sense. It just came to life a year before
You don't
I was
think
born.
there's been Purple Nurples around for longer than that?
They
yeah.
say that the actual action itself has been around since the beginning of mankind. But the actual term Purple Nurple has been around since 1988.
Oh, the term. Yes, that makes sense.
I love how John Tesh is involved. This
That
is
makes me
fantastic.
like it less even.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, John Tesh.
Yeah, no doubt. I just want to call that guy and be like, hey. He'd be like, hello, you're on the John Tesh show. And he'd be like, Purple Nurple.
That's one thing. The only one thing he didn't need his research team to look up.
Hey, John Tesh, when's the last time you got a titty twister?
I quit.
Yeah. Well, study shows back in 1988.
Studies show that if your nipples get twisted, they will hurt. No shit, John.
All right, I think we all know this next one. It's called the Punch Buggy. The classic car game of Punch Buggy. First person to notice a Volkswagen Beetle, gets to punch the other person in the arm, and as long as they say no punchback, they're safe.
Yep. I've played that
The old
once
Punch
or twice.
Buggy.
Now, they weren't around as often as from the time you guys were born to now compared to when I was born.
Wow, you make yourself sound like you're like 75. Or
Back in my day,
I'm old enough.
tons of beetles everywhere.
Oh, Sailor, why don't you come
Yeah.
over here and touch my
Everywhere.
balls?
That's true, though, Chatham, Kent. You don't see a lot of beetles around here. You know what's funny is the last time I saw a beetle was on like 20-inch chrome rims. I swear to God.
Nice. Next up, we got the goat. Yes,
Yep,
the goat.
yep.
Ah, yes, the goat. We know it as the animal, but the goat represents something else. This is when a male bends over towards a doorway with his penis tucked between his butt cheeks. He patiently waits for someone to walk in and notice. The
That
old
sounds like
goat.
something your brother would do.
Yeah. Believe it or not, my brother has done this. And I'm going to say...
Oh,
Now, I can't go too much into detail because we're going to dive into this a little bit more. And my brother has about 4 things on this list he's done. But my brother has shown me the goat once. Yes, I've looked at my brother's dick through his butt cheeks, but that's
so
for
vascular.
a later time into this conversation. The next up, we have the beer can. What is the beer can? Does anybody know?
I don't know this one.
no.
You guys don't know the beer can. Back to the car we go. The beer can game is played when driving. You notice an oncoming vehicle with one headlight out. First person to touch the roof and say beer can apparently gets a beer from the other person.
Yes,
Oh,
I do
remember
remember
the old
this one.
Beer can.
Yep.
Yeah, it's somebody's headlights out. I
It's-
don't know who
it's-
the fuck started this, but it's a trend.
It was called Beer Me back in...
Oh, beer me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. I've never even heard of that until this day.
I played it a few
Yeah.
times. Back in high school, I played it a few times, and believe it or not, I never got a single fucking beer.
Well, yeah, because normally you're not having a beer in the car with you unless you're...
Unless you beer can right
So
outside
that means
the
when you
beer
get to the
stores.
party, you got to remind the guy, like, hey, you remember, like, you owe me that beer and stuff? I said it.
From
Yeah.
10 years ago in high school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Since it's been like an hour, you should owe me
Yeah.
2 by now. The next one, the classic, the noogie.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
new.
Yeah, we all
We've
know-
all been a victim.
Now, the dictionary states a hard poke or grind with the knuckles, especially on a person's head. I love how they say especially on a person's head. What do you get, noogie somebody's asshole or something? Like,
That's probably a fetish.
that guy noogied my armpits.
Yeah.
We've all been a
He
victim of the
noogied my
noogie.
elbow. Yeah.
Guys, we've all been noogied.
Oh, yeah.
I would say so.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Noogie's a classic. This one, it's happened to me. I don't know if it's happened to you guys, but the next one up here is the swirly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The head in the toilet.
Ooh.
Oh, nope. Never happened.
I used to do that to my sister all the time.
Brotherly love.
It's funny because here's where my brother comes in again. My face kissed a few toilet bowls in its lifetime, but the dictionary states a swirly is a form of torture or punishment where the victim is held upside down with his head in the toilet, and then it.
Oh, so
is
they're like
flushed.
fully picking you up
Oh,
and
yeah,
So
dumping your
basically,
head
they
in there.
pick you up and they dunk you in the toilet,
And then you
then
flush
they
it.
flush it, and then the toilet water creates a swirly with your hair.
Oh, yeah.
It's the new trend.
Yeah, baby.
it's great.
The sad part is it's actually happened to me a few times.
Well, That sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes the bowl's not always clean.
That's where I want to Skype call my brother
Yeah.
and be like, "Hey, asshole, you remember this?"
That's like when the bowl isn't clean when you go in and then you get up like, oh, now it's clean. Now it's in my hair.
Yeah, there's shit streaks on the inside of the bowl. You come out, it's like, man, that's a nice brown gel you got.
Did you
there.
dye your hair? Nope, that's shit.
Yeah. Man, your hair's kind of corny.
Yeah. Oh, come on. That joke was corny.
Your hair looks
Okay.
like shit.
Moving on to the wet willy.
Oh,
Yes.
the
This-
greatest.
The wet willy. So that's a great description of how they state this one. A prank in which the prankster licks or spits on his finger and then sticks it in the victim's ear.
So that one, this is the one I was going to get at earlier. This is one that like legit pisses me off. If anyone gives me a wet willy, I fucking hate it, man.
Hey,
Don't
hey,
ever
Mr.
touch
J.
my ear with a wet finger.
Wet willy.
Get the fuck out! Yeah. Yo, motherfucker, get out!
Have you ever had the ultimate wet willy? It is gross, but have you ever had the ultimate?
What
Sounds like a sex move.
Describe what the word ultimate means in wet willy, because I want to know.
Remove the finger is strictly tongue in the ear.
Oh my god, that's torture for both. That's probably a fetish too.
Yeah. No, that is the ultimate wet willy.
It is.
So like, how do you gotta
That's
sneak
never
up on
dry.
the person?
Yeah.
You'd immediately want to puke.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck? You get like a little ball of earwax on your tongue. You like spit it back on the person. Okay. Do we all know the bat wing?
Oh,
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
The classic bat wing.
I've never
what's
tried it,
wrong
but
with
I'm
the
pretty
goat?
sure I can pull off a great bat wing.
Dude, you got like a really veiny sack? Before I describe what it is, do you have a really veiny sack?
Not
You
so
must
veiny,
ask
but
us.
it can stretch. It's I'm already prepared to become an old man because my ball sack can stretch. You know what I'm saying? So
Perfect. Mr. J is prepared to be an old man. The batwing. Along the lines of the goat, the batwing is more focused on the skin of the sack. A male will stretch the skin out wide to resemble a batwing and wait to catch somebody off guard. A little little pop out batwing, eh? My brother's going to listen to someday, and he's going to remember the times that he gave me, and not only me, but my girlfriend, Shelby.
lovely.
Yes, my girlfriend's actually seen my full brother's dick and balls.
your brother sounds like he
Really
was in the
weird.
movie Waiting.
He probably should have been. The next up, we have the circle game, otherwise known as ball gazing. Have you guys ever heard of this?
Nope.
Oh, it's all over Facebook and stuff right now. I'm sure everybody will know. This is played below the waist when a person puts together their thumb and index finger and catches
yeah.
someone
Oh,
looking
yes.
then they are allowed to
What's
punch
it called?
somebody. It's called the circle game, otherwise known as ball game.
Oh, how did I not know that? Yeah, we've all played
It's
that.
basically putting your thumb and forefinger or
Yeah.
index finger below your waist. If somebody catches you looking at that, or if they catch them looking at that, you get to punch.
We got a guy at
Who the
work
fuck
that does
started
that.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is something that dates like way back. And so these are like ridiculous trends that I don't understand why the fuck people
Dude,
do
I'm
this
going
or
back
who
to the
started-
Romans. I have a feeling the Romans started all these. You
Yeah,
know, like,
man.
you know what this party needs is some wet willies. Apparently the Romans were British, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. J. Pepsi. What is your take on Pepsi?
Coke's better. I'm probably the only one that
sucks.
feels this way.
Nope.
Pepsi. Yes, it's pop, but it's also played when two people say the same thing at the exact same time. The first person to say Pepsi wins, and the other person has to give them one. Have you guys ever heard of this?
No.
If Pepsi, quickly say something. I'm
Balls.
homosexual. Say something again. Chocolate milk.
Billy?
Donkey. One more time.
Penis.
Vagina.
Vagina. Vulva.
1,
Clitoris.
2, 3.
Clenching.
Ballsack. 1, 2, 3.
Pepsi.
Politics. Miss Ginger, we're gonna go. 1, 2, 3. Chocolate
Tree
milk.
stump.
1, 2, 3. House car. Boner. Okay, so that's how Pepsi's played. If you say the exact same thing at the exact same time, you say Pepsi. Whoever says it first gets an actual. I don't fucking know, guys.
Yeah,
Chase
this confused the
goddamn
fuck out of
train.
me, not gonna lie.
The next one up, it involves dick. Nothing but dick. Actually, no, it doesn't
I
involve
find
dick
a
at
lot
all.
of this involves dick.
It only involves the balls.
Once again.
Primarily the balls
Yeah.
for all of them.
This one's called the brain.
Oh.
So, but really quick here, it makes me think like all the guys who invest, like, well, we can't involve the dick because that's gay. We'll just settle for the balls. That's okay. That's not gay.
No, but the goat was nothing but dick because your dick peeks out through your butt.
Oh,
cheeks,
that's
right?
true. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Have you
the dick
watched
peeks out
Waiting
through the butt.
recently? Because I feel like that's where you're getting a lot of this from.
Yes. No, these are absolutely crazy. I don't think Waiting started.
No,
these
Waiting
trends,
like
though.
popularized them.
Yeah.
They were
these
definitely
are
around before
Yeah.
them.
So the
Romans-
brain. Probably the same inventor as the goat and the batwing.
And the batwing.
This one is done when the male tightens the skin around his balls to make them look like a brain in his hand for somebody to witness. Obviously, the old...
I can make a beautiful brain. Just saying.
Like, oh, look, he's thinking.
Yeah. Look, he's all clean.
It's very tiny, but
Yeah. But I got a lot of skin. So that, yeah, it makes up for the smallness, right?
It's see-through.
Yeah. It's translucent.
Yeah. Who's been pantsed here?
oh,
The next one, the
Yep.
most common one, who the fuck started the pan? By the way, now that I've noticed this, I have a hard time saying words tonight. I've noticed I don't add letters on some of the words I've said. But anyways, everybody just hear me say comma instead of comma, and you'll know why. Pantsed.
Pantsed.
Okay? To be pantsed, or so they say when someone runs up behind a person unknowingly and pulls their pants down and then immediately runs away.
Dick
The
move.
old
yes.
pantsed.
It has happened.
Right.
Yeah, a lot more when you're like a little kid, which is
Yeah.
even weirder.
It's always the worst time, right? Like you're flirting with some chick.
They just walk up.
You're like,
Yeah.
hey, babe, yeah, so what are you doing? You know, I seen you across the basketball court.
want to come
What's
see
up?
my sandbox?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, you know, Jimmy, the
Yeah,
fat
I
dude
do.
that wants to beat you up all the time, he comes running up and pants you. And she's like, oh my God.
That's what you get for not giving me your Dunkaroos.
You're like, I'm so sorry, baby. She's like, is it really that small? Like, I didn't get a good look, but it looks pretty small.
She's like, is that the Batwing?
What is already giving? As soon as his pants drop, he's already giving the bat.
It's my defense mechanism.
The next one's called 5-star. Who knows what a 5-star
Oh,
is?
yes, the big old slap.
Yes, Ginger. The 5-star is played when someone is slapped so hard unknowingly that it leaves an entire print on the
Yeah.
person. Leaves a whole handprint. The old 5-star. 5-star. Yeah. So these are all things like, guys, who the fuck started these and why are they still trends? And they're probably
I got a
Years
feeling
and
that
years
men
old.
started all of them, man. These are
Yeah,
all
most of
dude
the-
things.
There's actually one in here that a woman started, and we
Oh.
haven't got to this yet. The next one up, we're gonna call this one the fart cup.
Is this the woman one?
Soon, women, if you're listening, soon. The fart cup. Do you guys know what the fart cup is?
No.
What is your wildest guess?
You fart, cup it with your hand, throw it in someone's face.
Yes, that is the fart cup. It's been trending for actually over 15 years.
Yeah.
Been
The
trending.
fart-
Hashtag fart cup.
It's not something you drink, but the fart cup is when someone cups a fart into their hand and then throws it at your face. A little.
What's worse, that or wafting?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so a waft's when you pre-fart, or actually, well, you can't really pre-fart. How do you?
No, you just
Think
fart
about
it.
it, though.
You just waving where the cup you actually
You're like
grab,
trying
you
to
like
grab your
throwing
fart.
it.
fart into your hand and then throw it at that person.
Yeah.
Make them smell.
You'd
your
have to
hand
be like
after.
right beside them. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. We have the classic, the most notorious teabag.
Yeah.
The teabag is a classic, but
I've seen this happen to you multiple times.
wait a minute.
We were there that
Like,
night.
no, really?
Yeah,
You
right.
know something?
Ginger does it to you all the time.
Right. Okay, so we always know that the teabag is known as a sexual move, right? It's a
Yep.
classic move, like, hey, in pornos, you watch some guy dip his balls. But the teabag known when somebody's passed out or when somebody's sleeping.
On the forehead.
So the teabag is known most as a sexual move, but in this reference, it is a trend of when someone is passed out or asleep, a male will then place his balls on one's forehead.
Okay, I was wrong. I haven't seen you guys do that a bunch of times. I thought it meant something else.
Yeah, the teabag is.
Yeah.
He's out. They dip the balls right on the forehead. Has this ever happened to anybody? Because I actually know somebody this happened to, and I won't say their names going forward. But when I used to live on a Raleigh Street apartment, I watched so and so get balls on the forehead. They woke up and then wiped their face off and didn't really know what was going on. There was about 10 people
dude,
laughing at
that's-
the person, but there was
Yeah.
nuts on the forehead.
That's nasty.
was a
Never
good old
happened.
I didn't even know the proper term, so I can honestly say it's never happened to me.
We got a couple left here. The next one is the Palm Tickler.
Oh.
Do you guys know what the Palm Tickler is?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, it sounds way worse than it is, but it's when someone's shaking your hand and then they take their index finger and
Oh,
tickle your
yes.
palm. So
That's
Ginger
kinda creepy.
Shake my hand. They go like this and they just
Yeah.
tickle.
That's not creepy at
Mr.
all.
J,
It's
shake
the
my hand.
weirdest
It's like
thing
this.
ever.
You shake it and they just tickle your hand. They
I
shake
feel
your hand.
violated. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's actually a trend. That's
Now get
actually,
that from a stranger.
Yeah.
believe it
that's
or
weird.
not, this one's been around for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years at the Palm Tickler.
Really?
Yeah, they actually have a bunch of different names. Like the nail fight.
No funny.
Nail fight. Ding, ding, ding.
That's only one I picked out.
I
of the
challenge you
hundreds
to
of
a
names.
duel with the nails.
Funny, I wrote down hundreds of names, but then I only wrote one name.
Yeah.
The nail fight. And last but not least, to wrap up the stupidest ones of why do these fucking exist, and people that have crazy trends that have been going around for years. The last one is the Tide Pod Challenge.
Oh,
Because,
God damn it.
because throwing it in the washing machine doesn't make sense anymore. It's best to just eat them instead.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah. And that's a trend, guys, because that's a challenge and it's a trend and it's all over the fucking world right now.
It's fucking
I
stupid. It's
know.
dumber than the Ice Bucket Challenge, man.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, the ice bucket challenge
least
is
that one
actually
was for a
legit.
good cause
Yeah. Like, I can
half the
understand,
time.
like, oh, shock me in ice, so I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that was cold. Like, I get that,
Fucking
right?
Tide Pod
Well, yeah.
challenge, really?
I mean,
It
that's a
has,
lot-
like, severe health effects.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Like, it's
you're
very
eating pure
dangerous.
chemicals, man. That's what you clean your clothes with. It's
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Like, I can see somebody, like, the wash machine's going, and they open the lid, and they get in real quick. And they're spinning around in a circle. They're just, they're, like, sucking out the juice out of the clothes. Like, foom, foom.
That's when you have a Tide Pod addiction, man. You're getting in the water.
Yeah, you're getting in the water. Oh, whoa.
Yo, put it on spin cycle.
All right. So, anyways, that is the most fucked up trends. Do you guys, can you recite any of those we talked about today? Do any of those strike you as the absolute dumbest? And we're going to subtract Tide Pod Challenge because we already know that that is the most
That's
fucking
definitely the dumbest.
But what are those trends and the people who started these? Which one of those do you think is the most fucked? In your opinion, guys, out of all those.
I would say all the ball showing ones are equally fucked.
So we got the goat,
Yeah.
the bat
brain.
and the brain.
Yep.
Right. Well, the teabag, too. The teabag can be classified as that. And Ginger, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like, the fact that you're just ripping out your ball sack and
Okay, so it's embarrassing for the guy that's getting the balls on his head. But then again, like, the one guy's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull out my ball sack in front of everyone here and rub it on this guy's forehead. Like, that's fucked
Yeah,
up.
you
man.
only do it in an audience. Imagine
Yeah.
if you did that with just one guy there. Like,
Yeah.
it's just you and your roommate, and then you sleep, and you keep, nobody's even watching.
Tommy, what the? There's hairs, pubes on my face.
I've actually seen a video where a guy teabagged another sleeping guy and then traced his balls on the forehead.
Okay, I'm just saying, man. If people are doing that, I
That's
think
actual nut drop. That is a sketch right
Yeah.
there, man. That is stenciled.
if people are doing that, there's like a hint of they want to be touching male parts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's a hint of gayness.
Yeah, like
there.
how close could I get to his mouth without him realizing
Yeah,
it and waking up?
this isn't gay. It's fun.
Wait, you mean if I suffocate him with my nuts, he'll wake up?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here? Yeah, so for me, the worst one in all of this, other than the balls and the dick, I'm going to say the swirly. Because the swirly is
All that fecal matter still
not
left
only,
in the
yeah,
bowl.
you get
and-
toilet water, you get
Yeah.
shit water, you get your head dunked in it, and there's a potential chance to drown.
Yeah.
Technically. If
Yeah,
you
when
get,
death gets involved, that's when it gets extreme. The most annoying one to me, though, fucking wet
wet
willies, man.
willies.
I fucking hate wet willies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the palm tickler. If you haven't had enough palm ticklers, you wouldn't know better.
I would rather
If somebody
get palm
kept going up
ticklers.
and tickled your palm, you're like, son of a bitch, man. Don't touch me. You know, get the fuck out of here, man. All right, everybody. We're going to move on to What the Fuck Fun Facts, and they are back.
Excellent.
Yes. So for those who don't know, we're going to throw out some fun facts here. Some interesting shit, and we're going to talk about each one. The first one up here, we have back in 2017, okay?
Just last year.
Yes. Just last year. My apologies. Let me read this again because you said last year. So this is where I can't fucking read anymore. Back in 2007. So 10 years prior to last year.
much
Back in
better.
2007. An American man named Corey Taylor tried to fake his own death in order to get out of his cell phone contract without paying a fee.
Oh, my God.
What was his cause of death?
He actually didn't succeed, but he tried to hang himself from a tree.
Oh, my God. Wow.
And then stage a dummy hanging from the tree. He actually
That's
tried to-
dedication. Imagine
Yeah.
if...
Believe it or not, it actually had like a full press there and everything, but then they realized that it was just a fake person.
The contract was only like, he only owed $200 left on it.
It was funny, yeah. That's how he tries to get out of his cell phone contract, is without paying a fee. And since it's back in 2007, obviously nobody's tried this since then.
No.
That's the only what the fuck fun fact. Okay, so the next one here is a U.S. park ranger named Roy C. Sullivan. Mm-hmm. Does anybody know a Roy C. Sullivan?
No.
No.
He held the record for being struck by lightning the most times. having been struck and surviving 7 times
7.
between 1942 and 1977. Okay, you got struck by lightning 7 times.
I say the odds of being struck by lightning are like 1 in a
I know.
billion. This guy got
I'm
7
picturing him
times.
like the second time, like, what? Again? And then like the 4th time, like, oh, this is getting ridiculous.
And now by the 7th time, he's just standing outside.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hit me now.
Yeah, whenever it's stormy, he was like, all right, just come on, get it over with, let's go.
Guys, this is what's great, okay? So this asshole has been struck 7 times by lightning. But the best part is, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot in 1983.
He shot himself.
So it makes me wonder how many more times he would have got struck.
He's like, you know what?
He
Fuck
shot
this,
himself during a
man.
thunderstorm. He's like, I ain't getting struck again. Fuck
This is
this.
7 times. I've heard gunshots 7 fucking times.
So like, I'm picturing it like raining out, and he's like peeking out his window, like, oh, do I go out there? Oh, I got to go to the store and get some groceries. Shit.
Yeah, I know. He's like peeking behind bushes. He's like running around. He's like, man, is it clear to go? He parks his car right into his house so we can get into his
hands
car
down.
and then go.
He's standing in a group of like 100 people, and lightning just hits him every time. No one else.
He's
No
got
one else gets liquor.
he's got rubber boots on. He's got rubber boots on his hands.
Yeah.
He's got a rubber helmet.
He
This
still
guy's
gets
got-
struck.
How do you get struck by lightning 7 times? Now they say between 1942 and 1977, so that's 35 years.
35 years.
35 years. He gets
Once every
but
5
still,
years.
Think of that guy after the first time.
And that's brutal.
He's in the hospital and he's like, wow, I'm so thankful for my life because I got struck by lightning.
I'm wondering
But
if
then
every
after the
time it
second-
happened, he like became more conductive. That's got to be it, right?
Hey,
He doesn't
Royce,
need a
I need a
microwave
jump
anymore.
start. Come here.
he touches his food and it just heats his food.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy
There's
must
a
be
power outage. Everyone calls Royce.
Yeah, he's like, oh, the power's out. Let me just hold this light bulb.
Yeah. He's like working at some factory. Like, do we need a spare generator? Nope.
We got Royce.
Yeah, we got Roy's here.
He's having sex with his woman and her hair's like static.
He's like charging her dildo just by touching it.
Wow, that was shocking.
Yeah.
She hears the he hears the zzz,
Yeah.
zzz. Every time. Anyways, Roy C. Sullivan. Fuck, I feel bad for you. Pope Francis.
Yes.
Do you all know Pope Francis?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you guys know what Pope Francis was before he became the Pope? Take a wild
I
guess.
used to
What-
know
prostitute.
this.
What was Pope Francis before he became the Pope? This is an amazing fun fact.
See, I used to know this. But
He's the Pope.
I can't think it.
What could he possibly be before the Pope?
A mailman.
A nightclub bouncer. Imagine that. A Pope's like, yo, motherfucker, you believe in Jesus? So I'll whoop your ass if you don't.
Let us proclaim the mystery of the club.
Somebody gets like bottled or something. He's like,
He's like throwing holy water at them.
the right thing to do is go back and pay for that bottle.
Yo, motherfucker, WWJD. What
Yeah,
would Jesus do?
When
Yeah,
was your
now-
last confession?
Now listen, I'm not going to kick your ass, but you want to get outside and pray for your sins.
Look, you got 2 options. You can leave or you can say 10 Hail Marys. Choice is yours, bitch.
Yeah, how does Pope Francis become the nightclub bouncer, man? Knowing the guy who got beat up by Pope Francis, I'm like, wow, man, I'm here spiritually and I'm praying. That guy whooped my ass. See that guy on TV right now? He threw me out of a bar once, man. He put me in the chicken wing.
He gave me a noogie. And then the Purple Nurple.
Yeah, that guy's at confession. He's like, yeah, one time, I busted up a club and stuff like that. And he's like, yeah, I was there. That was me.
Yeah, dude, Pope Francis whoops your ass, and then he kneels down beside you and he's like, "Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I'm praying for my sin.
I'm asking for forgiveness.
Forgive me, for I've whooped his ass."
Yeah.
Yeah, Pope Francis. Anyways, we're gonna move on to some kinky shit here. Okay, who's into bestiality?
You?
Good. Not only me. Oh wait, you said no. Oh well then. Sorry for saying.
Ding, ding, ding.
Female kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
Wow.
Did you guys know that?
Do tell.
Female kangaroos, believe it or not, they have 3 vaginas. I do not know why, but I know they are born and raised
Like,
with 3 vaginas.
are they all in the same area?
Reduces the risk of the wrong hole.
What do you dude? Just because I'm into bestiality doesn't mean I'm researching where they are. Okay, I love the element of surprise.
Just for my own humor, I'm picturing them all in different spots. They're like, one's on the shoulder.
Yeah, like I get
One's
it.
on the leg.
They got the butthole, they got the vagina, and they got the pouch.
Yeah, so now the
Makes
male
sense.
now the male
3
kangaroo's
males.
got 6 holes to choose from when it comes to a kangaroo: mouth, butt, 3 vaginas, and a pouch.
All I've confirmed from this is the best orgy to have is with a female kangaroo.
Yeah.
Okay, because you don't have to wait your turn.
No, she can bang 6 kangaroos at once.
I've all of a sudden really wanted to be a male kangaroo. Does that make me weird?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a male kangaroo? How buff they are? Like they hit the gym, man.
It's called a kang bang.
I swear we need Timbo Slice. We know how Timbo Slice feels about male pigs, so
Oh yeah.
female kangaroos.
Especially with 6 holes.
But yeah, anyway, 3 vaginas. Man, they'd really have a good porn game going on.
Until like the male kangaroo's got to go down her. He's like, oh, where do I start? Like, what is this? There's like 45 erogenous zones.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you guys go on that website or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, is it like Pornaroo or? Okay. Okay. I can't think of
Porn
something
down
like-
under.
Yeah. Well played.
Yep.
Anyways, moving on. People don't judge us. Romans used to clean and whiten their teeth with urine. Apparently, it works.
Oh,
Romans.
wow.
I'm okay. I'm gonna leave females aside here, but I'm thinking, all right, I gotta clean myself with urine. Am I peeing in a cup or am I just peeing directly in my mouth?
No, it's an excuse because the
Like you
Romans
tilt it up and just shoot in your mouth or what?
Romans were kinky motherfuckers, and they just were into golden showers, and that
Yeah.
was their excuse to get away with it.
Yeah, because I'm thinking like, oh, I gotta brush my teeth in the morning. I'm either peeing in a cup and drinking it, or is it just easier to just try to aim at my
Yo,
face?
if
and
I
then
had to
take a
do
shot
that, I'd
in my
want to
mouth?
do it like after I'd been drinking for a bit, because that's just water, basically.
No, that'd be a terrible mistake because I'd get it in my nose and my eye.
Wow, your breath smells minty fresh today.
I love how we're picturing them pissing into their own face to clean their teeth. I'm sure they're like doing it into a cup, right?
No, I can think of like when you go into a bathroom, there's a bunch of urinals, but they're not peeing in the urinal. They're just all peeing in their face, and one guy looks to his right, the other guy looks to his left, and they're just
Yeah.
They
Hear,
go on
like,
a
the odd
date with
fart come out.
They go on a date with a female. Oh, your breath smells nice today. What'd you use? Pistarine.
Listerine.
Listerine, that's good.
He looks over and he's like, "Hey, nice kangaroo you got going on." Oh, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad. Okay. Anyways, last but not
lose.
least,
I got to interject here because
Yes.
I highly doubt you're about to say this one. This is another crazy one where I don't know what country, or it's like back in the frickin' 5,000 or 6,000 years ago. Chicks used to use crocodile dung as a form of birth control. They put crocodile dung in their vagina, and that was their form of birth control.
Hey, man, no
Yeah.
way.
Oh, yeah, because no one would want to go near that. Think about
Now-
the stank from that.
Yeah, man.
So they got to go and find this, or does somebody have the balls to like grab
That's
a
my
crocodile?
question. Like, do they just
Yes.
have pet crocodiles, or they got to go to the creek and
Yeah.
like, yo, before we have sex, babe, let me go get some crocodile dung.
Yo, we gotta live dangerously. I'm gonna get this croc to shit right where I need it, right here.
That's fucked, eh? That's it. That's all I have.
That's definitely not on my bucket list. And if it was, I'd try to fuck the croc first.
It's on your bucket list. Yeah, I want to bang a chick with crocodile dung in her vagina.
Yeah, but tonight I realized kangaroos should be on my list.
That's true.
Vaginas.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's more vagina than
That's
I've
a lot
ever
of crocodile dung.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up what the fuck fun facts tonight, and the last but not least, the oldest condoms ever found date back to the 1640s. So the oldest condoms date back to 1640s. They were found in the cesspit at Dudley Castle,
Oh.
and were made from animal and fish intestines.
When you say cesspit, do you
yes.
mean like the shit?
Yes,
pit
so
or
the
whatever?
oldest condoms ever found date back to the I keep saying the 1900s, the 1640s. They were found in a cesspit at Dudley Castle and were made from animal and fish intestines.
Look at this fucking thing, man.
So believe
Oh
it or
my
not,
God, what
condoms
the-
date back to the 1640s.
They have a tie there. I think it ties around your balls.
That's really going to stop the semen from getting out.
They do the bat wing over their dick. Yeah,
This will work, baby.
I just fuck you with my ball skin.
It's fresh cat intestines.
Yeah. Yeah, so Ginger's showing us a picture. If anybody out there wants to research the oldest condoms out there, prepare to see some animal and fish intestines.
Man, it was
wrapped
fucked
around
up back then. Because imagine convincing a chick to let me bang her with cat intestines this day and age.
Oh, man.
Okay, so say that again. Your
Yeah, okay, so the oldest
condom.
condoms
Yep.
they ever found, so
Yeah.
these are ones ever found, they were found in a cesspit at Dudley Castle, and they date back to the 1640s. And they were
Okay.
made of animal and fish intestines.
Oh, I was saying cat. Yeah, fish.
Now, I found one here. It says the oldest condom in the world dates to 1640.
Yep.
Was found in Lund, Sweden. It's made of pig intestine.
Oh, Okay, so could that
All
go along
intestines.
that could go along the lines of animal intestines, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
say animal and fish intestines. So, yeah, imagine wrapping yourself in an intestine of an animal. So it'd be like, all right, I want to bang.
Dude,
what
imagine-
were their names back there? What were their names back then? But I want to bang so and so. So I'm going to kill a pig or a fish. So
Yeah,
I
imagine
can
getting the
strip it.
condoms.
Yeah. Man, that'd be a lot of death just to have some sex once in a while. Eh?
All right. I can either have sex tonight or bacon. Wait, I can have both, actually. Fuck yeah.
Puts a new meaning to porking.
Very funny. You're on fire tonight.
Oh, I want you to shut your mouth right now. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up what the fun. What the fun? Man, guys, seriously, hold on. Let me take a drink of beer here because apparently I can't fucking. Apparently I can't fucking talk. Ladies and gentlemen, I do apologize. My brain has switched off for this evening.
Has it ever been turned on?
We.
He asked the same question about his girlfriend.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, so moving on. That was What the Fuck Fun Facts. We're going to kill that vibe, and we're going to move on because I'm tired of talking about pink intestines and kangaroo vaginas. We're going to go to Let's Talk Some Goddamn House Chores. The dreadful subject. I hate my life.
Fuck you, house chores. I quit.
God damn it, being
We
an
all
adult.
do them. So the reason I bring this up is I want to know, what do you guys hate doing, obviously, and what is the worst of the worst? So while keeping in perspective, house chores. And while we talk about this, I'm going to say some of mine. I want you guys to say some of yours. Obviously, what do you hate the most? Why do you hate it? And then let's dive into this a little bit because I have some things we want to talk about here. So Mr. J, I'll start with you. What do you hate doing the most when it comes to a house chore?
I fucking hate doing the dishes. I fucking hate doing the dishes,
Fuck
man.
the dishes.
And
I
there's
agree.
a couple reasons.
Okay.
So one of the big reasons is because dishes pile up so goddamn quick because you need them every day when you're cooking, right? And then it's like you got to wash them. That takes, 15 minutes. You're like, oh, fuck, now I got to dry them. So then you dry them. Then you finish all that. And then 10 minutes later, you've used a dish for chips or something. There's more dishes in the sink. The other reason, okay, now I don't know if I might be the only one who has to deal with this, but my wife is very particular about what can and can't go in the dishwasher. And in my mind, I'm like, just fucking throw it all in the dishwasher, okay?
Let it clean itself.
And then she'll be like, well, if we do that, it won't last long. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will only last a couple of years. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm paying for the convenience of having a dishwasher, and I'll just go buy a new knife set in a year from now.
Exactly.
But I can't do that because then she will beat me to death. So I have to do the dishes, and I just fucking hate doing the dishes. I'd rather vacuum than do the dishes.
Yeah, so when it comes to the worst of the worst dishes, now, let's
drive me
stay
nuts,
low-key
man.
here,
Yeah.
but man, I hate how many SOS pads do you go through?
I just use my face. It helps with the insanity.
All right, so Mr. J, with the dishes, worst of the worst, Ginger, what chore around the house do you hate doing most?
I am going to have to agree with Mr. J over there. Dishes
dishes.
are fucking. It just. Even getting your hands in that water after washing 6 dirty plates alone. Think about how dirty that water is. It gets gross and greasy and grimy and just.
I'd say, okay, so to go on what you guys are talking about, I think what the worst part about it is and why it is the worst for you guys is it's so repetitive. Throughout the
Yeah,
day, you
that's
use
totally
so
true.
many dishes and you do so many things that you're like, wow, I only had 3 meals today, but the whole sink is full.
Well, it's also the one
You're like,
thing that.
fuck's sakes.
Yeah, it's the one thing that piles up the quickest out of all the chores,
Yeah.
I find.
And you feel you have to do it as often because if you didn't, well, you'd have dishes on the floor because they would just overfill your sink and then all of a sudden be all over the
That
place.
and I would get punched in the face by my significant other. Yeah.
Yeah, she throws one of the dishes at you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good work.
so,
You broke that dish, you dumbass.
one of mine, this sucks though because I feel sad to say this, but one of mine is laundry. I fucking hate doing the laundry because I feel like this is another one of those things that you have to go through every single day. And you kind of want to let it pile up once in a while. You let the laundry sit there and it gets carried away. And then next thing you know, you have like a huge ass thing. But then when laundry comes out, if your significant other doesn't want to kick your ass, you better fold them.
Yep.
You better hang them up and you better put them away. And did you put 2 bounty sheets in there?
Those towels go on top of those towels.
Yeah, the worst thing about doing laundry is this can go in the dryer, this can't. This can go in the dryer,
Yep.
this can't. Myself, washer, dryer, everything.
I'm the same way, Ryan.
Megan, dryer,
Yeah.
this has got to be hung up, this got to be hung up, this got to. So when she asked me to do it,
See, this is what's great about Jess because she's the same way as that, and she's let me do the washing like a couple times when we first moved in, and she's like, "Nope, you ain't touching it anymore. I'm doing it."
Yeah.
Now that wasn't my plan, but that's how it worked out.
Okay, so now does it come down to because like, hey, you got like a load there, and there's a bunch of like colors and whites mixed, and you're just like, fuck, separating them. I'm just gonna throw them all in there. Or
so I would separate them, but it would be like I'm just putting all the white shit and the towels and all the bathroom shit in one thing, and then I'm just putting all the blacks on one. But she wants to separate the towels from the clothes. You know, all her girly things that can't be washed this way have to be put in this pile here, and there's like 17 different piles.
The dishcloths have to go with the socks.
Yeah, stuff like that.
And the pants have to go with the sweaters. The shirts need to be with the underwear.
Yeah.
Is it that ridiculous?
Fuck the sorting. Everything's all in one.
Yeah, that's how I am. Jess isn't that bad, and I'll admit she does a great job with the laundry, and I don't have to deal with it that much. So I bet you if I did, it probably would be the most annoying one to me.
See, Mr. J, in your situation, I thought it would have been dog hair. I thought cleaning and sweeping up dog hair would have been, because it's like, for fuck's sakes, after 20 minutes, I already see the couch full.
He's got the Roomba now.
You're right.
Oh, the Roomba.
It's the Roomba. And you know what's funny is I actually don't mind vacuuming because I feel, because of the dog hair, I'm like, I'm a fucking conqueror. I'm going to kick this dog hair's ass. You know what I'm saying? And then when the house is clean, I'm like, fuck yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
And he looks back at the room that he just did and is like, all dogs.
Oh, yeah, I go to Pet Bentley and there's just hair flying everywhere. We have a chair, though. There's one chair that I fucking hate vacuuming because it just, all the dog hair just grabs onto it and sticks to it and you can't get rid of it. But I don't mind vacuuming aside from that.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, to all those thousands and millions of people listening right now, we're
All three of you.
Yes.
please listen to us. Anyways, I'm assuming they're in agreement right there with dog hair and dishes. Those are actually pretty much the most common
for everyone out there, the Roomba does make a difference.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. We
Roomba.
actually got the knockoff version, the Bob Sweep, and it makes a pretty good difference as well.
The Bob.
Yes, it's cool. Dude, I talk to it. I pretend it's another pet. I try to give it treats and stuff. Like, yo, Bob, you're actually, you know, okay. So no offense to Bob, but it's kind of dumb, right? You know, like, go over there, you freaking retard, and he won't. He just keeps going in circles. So
the Bob Sweep. Oh, Bob. You're not bobbing properly, okay?
You go over to Jeff's house, there's a Mexican named Bob over there just sweeping with a little brush.
yeah, I pay him in pesos.
So the one that kind of grinds my gears a little bit and that I don't understand is dusting. Okay, dusting is really fucked and it's really complex because how does dust even exist?
It's our skin.
I try to get along the lines like, yeah, you know, you could stare at air particles, you could stare into the air, and all of a sudden, if you look into the light properly, you'll see these little tiny particles that create dust. But how the fuck does dust exist? And why is it all over everything? And after, if you leave something for like 6 months, it'll look like it's fucking ancient, been in prison. Like it'll just sit there with.
The grossest part about dust is that most of it is primarily human skin.
Yep.
Yeah,
All your
that's
dead
crazy,
skin cells.
man. I want to set up like a little microscope and a time elapse on my arm.
Yeah.
And watch all these
And then
dead
just
skin
watch you
cells.
like, oh, 2 weeks later, and you could just see my skin just running away.
Yeah.
Like, it just shows a little like air bubble, and it's like, peace out, motherfucker. We go, yo. What the hell, skin? Later, bitches. Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. But yeah, anyway, so we've conquered dishes, dusting, and sweeping dog hair. Is there anything else that really pisses you guys off? That is a necessity, and it really, you know, you got to get to the bottom of this. Ginger, anything rocking the mind? Is it cutting the grass?
I have
is
to
it
say
sweeping
this.
the floors? What is it?
And I know Megan probably gets so. For me, typically, it's not bad because I usually grow my beard. I shaved it just recently. So, but however, Megan, no offense to her, girls, they're brushing their hair over the sink and they just hair everywhere, or even in the shower, just their hair. It's clogging up the drains. It's just the grossest thing ever.
Yeah, believe it or not, that's not good for the drains either.
No,
Everybody
yeah.
does the old rinse, you know, try to rinse the hair down in the sink.
You can't just do that. You
No,
gotta get
you
it in
have to
there.
get it out.
Every elbow in a pipe. All that hair
Oh,
gets
yeah.
caught in every single elbow. And over time,
you
it's
get
gonna
in
look
there,
like
you dig it out, and you
Chewbacca
got
down
this
there.
fucking long ass. Fucking,
Yeah, and it's all full of goop and shit.
Is there a cat in there?
There's one day you're looking in the mirror and all of a sudden your sink throws up.
Yeah.
And you're just looking, what the fuck, sink?
It's hair spewing out of it.
I knew I shouldn't have poured some whiskey down there. It like shoots it up and hits you in the face. Son of a bitch, sink. That's
Brush
it.
better, motherfucker.
You're getting hot water.
Yeah.
You start peeing in the sink. Fuck you, sink.
That's what you get.
So hair is a big deal then.
Oh, everywhere.
No,
man.
chicks are relentless for that, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, they even say some chicks try to do it in the toilet or whatever. You know, so when I do, right, when I shave the balls,
Yeah,
right,
over the top of the toilet,
Yeah, I
man.
get a good bush going on. So what I do is I strip down. I take the pants off, take the undies
Straddle the
off.
toilet.
Now, it makes sense of this, though, right? I basically go reach behind my back and I tuck my dick between my legs. So then my dick is back in between my legs, right? So I got nothing but straight on, you know, pelvis area. And then I just shave over top the toilet. Now, I get caught. Anybody ever walks in, I got to have a hell of a story to explain. But I'll be honest with you, man. I have to shave my balls in the toilet.
Oh, I do. I start over the toilet, then I make my way into the shower.
Yeah, that's not. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, so like I might let it go for a little bit longer than I should, so then I'll have to use the scissors, and I'll do that over the toilet, and then I'll go into the shower and shave all my shit like with a razor, or sorry, like an electric razor.
The clippers.
Yeah, exactly, and then I can just fucking push it all down the drain.
Yeah, dude, that's yeah. And you get that smoother when you got constant water hitting it too, and you get that run of water. You get that nice smooth effect. You know what I mean?
Oh, the water's
If
not
it-
running when I'm doing it.
Oh, in the shower?
Yeah, like when I'm shaving my balls.
Yeah.
He does. He runs the water after he's done.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah,
because all the hair, right?
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's a whole
He's a
complicated
dry
process.
shaver.
Wait a
gets
second,
all-
you
he gets
guys,
all bumpy
you guys
down there.
shave your shit like not dry?
Well, when you lubricate when you're shaving, it tends to shave easier and better and smoother when you're
Oh.
lubricating. That's why they put
Less
those little pads.
irritation
That's why they
and
put those.
Now, are
little
you guys
lubricating
using a
pads.
razor or an electric razor?
Both.
I use both. I go and
Start
when
with
I'm
the
shaving.
electric.
it-
So I must have a great electric razor then, because I don't have any irritation.
Is he? What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
So you guys put like fucking shaving cream on your balls?
No, dude. I use the shower. So basically, I'll face the shower. Say you're the shower, right? And you're pouring on my balls. Right now, you're streaming
Come on,
down on my
pour
balls.
on his balls.
Yeah.
Now, I'm doing the goat. I'm tucking my dick between my butt cheeks, right? And then I'm just shaving. Well, I have the stream right on my shave area. So it's constantly lubricating.
So,
the-
but
Yeah,
wait,
if-
you're not getting your balls then there. You're just getting the.
Oh, no, I do the balls and everything. Yeah, I get the full lubrication.
Oh, dude,
going.
see-
Yeah, I get the whole.
Yeah, if I'm going to use a razor, like a straight up non-electric razor, yeah, I'm going to use fucking lubrication. But my electric razor, I don't need it at all.
Okay.
Well, you were saying in the shower. You don't use any running water in the shower. So you use an electric razor in the shower?
Yeah, because what I'm saying. Okay, here we
What
go,
the
right?
fuck?
So I'm starting over atop the toilet, right? I'm cutting down my pubes with scissors, right? Then I have
Scissors.
yeah.
Okay, so using electric razor,
He's got the old trim job going.
going over your balls. Have you ever nicked your
Never
sack?
once, and I can get an extremely good clean cut, and I've never had irritation either.
Man, I've had a bad case with
Yeah,
nicking my
I've
balls.
nicked
and
it.
believe it or not, it actually electric razor.
hurts.
It caught the skin.
Yep.
And when it caught the skin, it actually pulled
Oh.
a little bit of skin in there, and
Oh,
it shredded
Cuts
like
it. Yep.
like you know what? At the end of the razor, they look like little dinosaur back, right?
Oh, yeah.
All the
teeth,
spikes.
they're just like
it made
these
that
little-
look like in my sack.
Oh,
Like it
yeah.
cut it on those spike angles.
and then you're rubbing on everything
Oh,
throughout the day.
it hurts.
You never know how much your balls bleed.
See, that's
You cut
why
'em with
like
an electric
I'm never
shave.
touched. I'm never bringing a razor near my balls, man. Ever. Like that's why I go electric, man.
Yeah.
So-
So
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. We use the electric, and it still hits.
Oh.
yeah. So basically, what I've done, right? So that's if you get lazy, right? If you just leave your ball sack to because your sack's a sack, right? Obviously, it's expandy, it's elasticy, you know what I mean? Whatever they call that,
Yeah.
but it's sitting there, and if you press too hard, that just elastic skin is gonna suck right into the razor.
Yep.
So what I do when I'm doing, I pull the bat wing, right? Like I try to stretch it out, and then I get as smooth as possible, so nothing can kind of get lazy and suck in there. To cut that, because I've had actually a very bad experience where, again, those teeth, I had that
See,
right across my nuts.
I do a little bit of everything, and this is the reason why I do it in the shower. I should have clarified earlier that's not running, because I want to get my legs up so I got good, fucking
yeah,
leverage,
you're-
and I can pick up my ball sack and get under there. Like I get right into the gooch and everything. Man.
So gooch and butthole, or just gooch?
Don't get to the butthole because no one's going near my butthole.
Yeah.
But I get right in the gooch, right along the sides,
Yeah.
everything. I'm getting it all.
The only reason I asked that is I shaved my ass and my asshole once. So I shaved my butt cheeks and my asshole once. And it was one of the worst experiences I've ever been through because it got so itchy and it was so irritating and just drove me nuts that I couldn't stand to do it. And I've even been told, like, your ass is so goddamn hairy. Why don't you do that anymore? Like, why don't you shave? And I'm just like, man, I can't go through it because it was like 2 weeks. of like you couldn't even sit down
that would
without being
suck,
like,
man.
For
you know,
all
like
you
I'm all over the
itchy-
place. Like, yeah, like
For all you
it's gonna
listeners out there, Matt's asshole looks like Rapunzel lives there.
Oh yeah.
do it.
Is this Fangorn Forest? Where the fuck are we?
Anyways, guys, so that's gonna wrap up our show for tonight. Mr. J, sorry, before we wrap up, is there anything you want to say?
There was one more chore I wanted to talk
Sure,
about.
go ahead.
So cutting the grass is not a bad thing. The worst part about cutting the grass, though, is picking up all the grenades of dog shit that's out there. And then
I hear
when
you
I'm
on that
cutting
one.
the grass, So I'll like have half the yard done, right? I'm like, this is going good. And then Bentley will come, and my dog Bentley, he'll come in to the part I've already cut and drop a big deuce. Or no, sorry, he'll come to the part I haven't cut yet and drop a big deuce. It's like, you could have went. We're already cutting the grass. He's like, nope. He like sees me coming in a path, drops a big deuce, and I gotta turn the lawnmower off, go get a bag, pick up the
because
shit.
you don't want to start shooting shit all over the place.
No, man. Fucking.
That smell. Yeah. Fresh dog
yeah.
shit just spread all over the
Especially,
place.
fresh cut grass with fresh dog shit.
Yeah, man.
No, I hear you on that one.
So that's it. That one bugged
See, I don't have any dogs, so I can't really. But I had one of my kids go shit in the lawn. I'd understand.
Actually, it's funny you bring this up because so in the winter, right? We're not outside that often, obviously.
Yeah.
But our dogs are going out there every day and shit. Every day, both dogs. So, like, after, the 4 months of winter, Jess and I got to go out there and start getting ready for spring. Mm-hmm. So, it'll take us like a good hour or 2 hours to clean up all the shit in the backyard. And we're just scouring it. We'll probably pick up at least 100 turds.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You have 2 little dogs. I got a big dog.
Yeah, I've seen your dogs.
You're going to find like a little snowman built of shit.
A shit man.
Yeah, shit man. A frosty motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, you find all kinds out there, too. Some that are solidified, some are liquids.
Yeah, they're great. Oh, liquid.
Yeah, it's nasty. But they're like frozen liquid, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was once a liquid, so.
All right, and on that note, that's going to wrap up our show for this evening. To our listeners, I want to let you know that we are on iTunes. We hope that you subscribe. Check us out on iTunes at Time Well Wasted. Please leave a review, a comment. All those things go a long way. You can follow us on Facebook. Check us out on our website at 1hq.ca/podcast. And last but not least, we thank you so much for tuning in this week, and we will see you on the next episode.
Peace out.
Adios.
Thank you for listening to a Time Well Wasted podcast. If you'd like to hear more, check us out at 1hq.ca/podcast. And we'll see you next time, bitches.